Barry, you might have to help me out with this one.
All right.
This is funny. Now, we never talked about this before, and I don't even know if he remembers this, but Brenda called me one day, this was when we were living in Tampa, and she said,
oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my goodness.
they was like,
with Grandma Jade? When we put the stuff on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Brenda called me and she said,
Lord.
she said, all right, I got some crazy kids, right? She said, I had to work a double. And Barry was home keeping the kids. And when I came home, I saw some, looked like people crawling around behind the car. He's gonna have to finish this up. But she said, she told me that she looked, and because it looked like Barry and Daryl and Tyrell and Corey, because they was like this big then. What happened was, she was late for work. They got worried, and they put on socks around their head. They got butcher knives. And they went out like Rambo and trying to find their mother.
Partially true. Partially true. So, the week before, one of my friends was telling me about a dog attack, because there used to be a whole bunch of dog attacks in Tampa. And they said if you put a hat over a dog's head, then it'll make them stop attacking you. I don't know.
Don't try.
That's what. No, yeah, but that's what they told me. So I was going based on that. Peer pressure, when you're young, youth, all that. So my grandma lived with us. My mom and my grandma lived together for a long period of time. So my grandma was like my mom, and my grandma, and my mom was like my mom, and whatever. Had a weird, loving relationship, but it was cool. So my mom worked at doubles all the time, so I used to be responsible for my brothers and sisters. My grandma worked 11 to 7 at one of the local hospitals, and she used to walk home. So it was like, I think it was a Saturday, it was 7 o'clock, and grandma wasn't home. So I'm just like, I'm gonna give her like another 20, 30 minutes. We're about to figure out what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my grandma, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride for grandma. And we live in the hood, you know what I'm saying? We know how to get down. We can fight, whatever. So I told everybody to try to find the quickest hat they could find. So we had some hats had glitter on it with sprinkles and stuff. People had a hoodie, it was 4 of us, so everybody had some kind of hat. And so I was like, we gotta put on some kind of armor just in case, we stab somebody and they try to get us back. So we put on like 4 or 5 shirts, 4 or 5 pants, because if you get stabbed, you gotta go through 4 or 5 shirts and 4 or 5 pants in order to get to your flesh. So that sounds reasonable to us to protect ourselves, because we were out there in the battleground, representing my mom and grandma. I think I was like 8, maybe 10, maybe. Daryl was 8, Corey was like 7, and Terrell was 5. Or it might have been 1 year younger, like 9, 6, whatever. So we left out. We ducked behind cars who wouldn't be seen by the mortal man. And and so what happened was we got to grandma's job, and so I had all of them hide behind the bushes while I went in. So I had to be presentable. So I took off the glitter hat. And
you had the glitter hat.
I had the glitter hat because I wanted to make sure everybody else had a better hat than me. And I gave Daryl my butcher knife, which I shouldn't have did, knowing Daryl. If anybody knows Daryl, that's like the wrong thing to do. But I gave Daryl my butcher knife because I knew he was gonna hold it down just in case something happened to me. And I went in and looked for Grandma, but Grandma had already left. And at this time, Grandma called my mom because she didn't know where we were. So then my mom took off and was heading home because she thought, we got kidnapped, or you know how my mom's all, and so she thought we got kidnapped. She's all scared. We hiding behind the bushes, as we're going from block to block, you know what I'm saying, we're camouflaging behind the bushes. And I think she saw us from the street. And that's where she got this story from. But yeah, it's a true story, unfortunately. That happened.